Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we shall learn about the types of subordinate clauses. Before we begin, let's have a quick recap of what are clauses. Please refer to my clauses part 1 video to get the detailed explanation on what are clauses and how to identify them in a sentence. So, a clause is a part of a larger sentence which has its own subject and verb. It always begins with a subordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunctions include all WH question words and other conjunctions like since, as, because, although, if, etc. So clauses are of three types. We have adjective clause, noun clause, and adverb clause. Let's start with adjective clause. An adjective clause does the function of an adjective in a sentence. It describes the noun preceding it. Let's understand this with the help of an example. The girl who has blue eyes is my neighbor. Now here, identify the subordinate conjunction. Yes, who is the subordinate conjunction here? Because all the WH question words come under subordinate conjunctions. Therefore, the subordinate clause begins from who. Now, you have to check which part of the sentence makes complete meaning. Yes, you're right. The girl is my neighbor makes complete meaning, while the fragment who has blue eyes is giving more information about the girl. Thus, this part is the subordinate clause. Since it is giving additional information about a girl, which is a noun, it becomes an adjective clause. Because adjective clause does the function of an adjective. Thus, the girl is my neighbor becomes your main clause, and who has blue eyes becomes the subordinate adjective clause because it is describing the noun girl. Now, let's take another example. This is the house that Jack built. Now here you can clearly make out that that is the subordinate conjunction and the fragment that Jack built is giving you additional information about the house, which is a noun. Hence you can say that Jack built is the subordinate adjective clause because it is describing more about the noun, that is house, and this is the house becomes your main clause because it forms a complete meaning on its own. Thus, to identify adjective clause, we can always ask the question which or what kind to the main clause. And adjective clauses are also called as relative clauses. Let's understand noun clause. Noun clause are the group of words that will always function as a noun in a sentence. It can either take the form of a subject or the object in a sentence, and it will always answer the question what. Let's look at the first example. I fear that I shall fail. Here you can see that is the subordinate conjunction. And if you ask the question what do I fear, you get the answer as that I shall fail. Thus, the fragment that I shall fail becomes the subordinate noun clause which is taking the form of object in a sentence. Therefore, I fear is your main clause and that I shall fail becomes the subordinate noun clause. Now let's take another example. That you have come pleases me. Now here again, that is the subordinate conjunction. And if you ask the question what pleases me, you get the answer as that you have come. So, That you have come becomes the subordinate noun clause, which is taking the form of subject in a sentence. So, pleases me becomes your main clause, while that you have come becomes the subordinate noun clause. To identify the noun clause, always ask the question what. Like how we asked here, what pleases me? What do I fear? Understand adverb clause. What's an adverb? Yes, right. Adverb gives you more information about the verb. Similarly, adverb clauses also gives you more information about the verb or the action that is performed in the sentence. Let's take the first example. They rested when the evening came. Now here you can clearly make out that when is the subordinate conjunction because remember I had told you all WH question words come under subordinate conjunctions. So now you know that your subordinate clause will begin from when. Now, if you read the sentence again, you can see that when evening came is giving you additional information about the verb rested. Therefore, when evening came will be your subordinate adverb clause. They rested becomes your main clause because it forms complete meaning on its own. Now let's take another example. You will pass the exam if you work hard. Now tell me, which is the subordinate conjunction in the sentence? Yes, you're right. If is the subordinate conjunction here. This means that your subordinate clause will begin from if. Now identify the verb in the sentence. On what condition will you pass? Yes, if you work hard, you will pass. So what is the verb here? Correct. Will pass is the verb here. So if you're asking this question to the verb that on what condition will you pass? It gives you the answer if you work hard. So if you work hard is telling you more about the verb. Therefore, it is subordinate adverb clause. So, you will pass the exam becomes your main clause because it makes complete meaning on its own, and if you work hard becomes the subordinate adverb clause. Now, adverb clause are of many types like time, place, reason, condition, consequence. We shall discuss each one of it in detail in the next video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.